Because, yeah. All right.
Yeah, no worries. So just do a double check down your list in your party. Make sure everyone has the same icon for their essences. Make sure everyone has a pure essence on. Make sure everyone has a re-raiser popped. Because once we leave this pad, we can't come back to this box. We can't do a return. We can't use lodestones. There's no coming back. So make absolutely certain that what you're taking in your holster is going to last you for the rest of the raid. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. I think I mentioned this right outside, but I'm gonna mention it again right here before we actually finalize. Healers, please make sure that you either have both Spellforge or Steel Sting. I would prefer if your pseudo healer has the opposing spell for your party. Make sure that you've already coordinated who's bringing Spellforge and who's bringing Steel Sting. That's very important.
The healer saying he has both?
If the healer says he has both and he's going to do both, then don't worry about it.
Okay.
We'll only ever see 2 tethers because that mechanic only happens at a certain rotation in that part of the fight for Queensguard. So if we only see the same color, then he's A-okay. If we see an opposing color, it'll be fine. But for those healers that don't want to do both, because they're not, I'm not going to force them to do both. They're not supposed to do both. Make sure that your pseudo healer has the opposing spell or lost action. All right. I don't see... Oh, actually, I see one more by the cache. That's all right. Once they move to their alliance, we'll do some hard ready checks. Okay. All alliances, start a ready check, please.
Game on.
And sound off in yell chat when you're all good to go. So I have E ready. Bravo is ready. Charlie, Alpha, Delta. And Foxtrot. All right. If you are in Delta, Echo, or Foxtrot Alliance, you're going to take the right jump pad. If you're Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, you're going to take the left jump pad. We can jump now. Everyone jump now. Golem folks, go ahead and jump down one voice channel to the Golem Gulag Gang. And we'll see you on the other side. Okay. I should only be talking to Slime Side right now. Let's see how many new bodies we've got. We've actually got quite a few, so I'll give a description on slimes. So here we go. I'm going to put some markers down. If you are if you're part of the associated alliance with that marker, stand on that marker. If you are Charlie, stand on Charlie. If you're part of Bravo, stand on Bravo, and we'll get to sorting people out. Right, so for this, I want the parties to split into light parties, north and south of each of these markers. Bravo doesn't need to do this since we're going to be splitting Bravo up. So that means 1 tank, 1 healer, and 2 DPS, north and south of each marker for Alpha and Charlie. Bravo, we're going to split up. So if you are on Bravo and you are a DPS, pick 1 room to jump to. I would like to have 1 DPS per room from Bravo Alliance. So just pick a room. There you go. There you go. Now I need 1 north of Charlie. Whoever's left north of Charlie. Cool. How many tanks does Bravo have?
Just me.
Right. Cool. Okay, so you'll be the North Hallway tank. Do we have a melee DPS that wants to volunteer as South Hallway tank? There you go. So whoever was still on B, can I have you move over to south of A then and swap with, I think, Vicente? Cool. Right. And then we should have healers with these tanks. That's fine. We don't need healers for these tanks. Chieko, you are a Fiend Hunter. Fizz ranged. Millie, are you the only healer? All right, so why don't you sit south with Vicente, and you can help him out, keep him topped off, just help him out with killing the mob, whatever. Chieko, if you want to join another room and you want to do DPS, you can do that. If you want to help Alicia north with the ad, I'll let you do that. But I'll go on to explanations at the point. I'm gonna grab a couple images and post them in Raid text chat. Give me just a quick moment here. Right, so for slime side, I'm in C chat.
Oops. I think we need tank and healer from B on South A.
Oh, that's right. Does A only have 1 tank?
Yes, and 1 healer.
Okay, so Alistia, you're actually going to be the South tank for Alpha? Right? Is the other tank north?
Yes.
Cool. That's fine. Millie is the healer. So Millie, you'll stay south. Sticky fingers. Cool, you're a duelist. So yeah, you'll be paired north with Chieko. What is there a healer in south of Alpha? Did they need a healer too?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Please double check that each of these rooms or assigned rooms north and south of Alpha and Charlie have 1 healer. Charlie's all set. That should set A actually, because we have 2 tanks, 2 healers. Right. Okay, so the rundown for this phase is very simple. Tanks are going to start stacking green slimes on their pad. Healers are going to be the ones that bring the green slimes from the hallway to their tank. And then the DPS are going to solidly focus on killing red slimes. If you take a look at the image I posted in Raid text chat, this is going to be the general locations for where you're going to stand. The green squares are for the healers, red squares are for DPS. You guys can all figure this out real easy. The reason we have the DPS in the far extreme corners is because red slimes have a very large fusion radius, and if they are on either side of the wall, and 2 slimes on either side of the wall are close enough, they will fuse through the wall. So make sure you're not taking any slimes near walls that are shared with other rooms with other slimes in them. Cool. The whole point of this mechanic, or the whole point of this phase, this encounter, is tanks to pull enough slimes using Provoke or Lightning Shock, Tomahawk, whatever it is that you got for a ranged aggro. You're going to pull your green slimes off of your healer until the slime that you have on your pad grows up to be a +4/+4 slime. So if you look at the buffs on it, it'll have an attack damage up buff and a health up buff. When that says 4 stacks, you're going to keep that slime right there centered nice and tight on that button, and your healer is going to pull 1 more slime, and you're going to let that healer hold that slime. What this means is now your room is 4 + 1. So you have a +4 slime plus 1 extra. What happens when they reach 5 stacks is they will begin casting an ability called Rupture, and when Rupture finishes casting or the slime is killed on the pad while Rupture is casting, it will light up the pad that it is standing on. So we're going to merge all at the same time. That's why we're going to have you wait to do that last merge. Once all the slimes are rupturing on all the pads, I'm going to call run north, run for the hills. I'll make a call that sounds something along the lines of hoof it, you know? Where we're going to go for that is this location right here. I said that in Say Chat. I should probably say that in Yell. There we go. So when I say run for the hills, this is where we are going. Right. Healers are only going to stay just inside of their rooms, right in the doorway. Try not to wander out in the hallway as much as possible. The aggro for slimes can be a little funky and weird. You don't want to be pulling extra slimes if you don't know what's going on. If your tank does not provoke immediately off of you, just assume he's handling something and he'll get to you. Please don't be the healer that pulls the slime to the thing in the middle. Just let the tank pay attention to the stacks. Let the tank pay attention to when he's grabbing the green slimes. Hallways. Because we don't have a true tank at North Hallway, I will be popping sprint and I will be detonating the trap in the center of the hallway. So make sure you're standing behind Veriz or you're running a safe distance behind Veriz. If you're too close to me and I pop a trap and you go down, it's just an unnecessary death. Right, so now we're going to talk about traps. And then I'll talk about what hallway does, but I'm pretty sure everyone on hallway knows what's up. I'll go over it very briefly for those who aren't familiar with the mechanic, though, in just a moment. I got one more image. So for tanks, specifically tanks, we do a no perception breach plan. That means that we're going to use our invulns in a strategic way to pop all the traps or possible traps in our rooms. There's always 3 traps, and they are randomly, 2 of them are randomly placed. They can be in any of the rooms, either east or west of the pad, right? So the way we handle this is you're going to stand at your doorway, you're going to pop sprint, you're going to pop bolide or hallowed ground, living dead, home gang, and then you're going to move into your room. You're going to make a beeline from the doorway to your button, and from the button to the back wall. You're going to make a straight line. So the straight lines that you're seeing here on the diagram are just the sprint paths that you're going to use. Make sure that you don't start sprinting into that room until your invulnerability is actually activated and up. Because if that trap is closer to the doorway and you walk over it before your home gang or hallowed ground actually resolves, you're dead. Finally, for hallway tanks, all they're going to do, North Hallway is going to go to the northernmost hallway. So they're just going to walk straight down the hallway all the way to the opposite side, and they're going to pick up Bajan soldiers that spawn. These ads are not allowed to go into any of the rooms. They have a point-blank AoE that can be stunned, but they cannot be interrupted. And I don't believe you can sleep them. Just assume that if you can't stun it, it's going to go off, and that AoE does a knockback, and that affects the slimes too. We don't want them in the rooms, period. They don't do a whole lot of damage. If you want to be really safe, you'll see 2 blue buttons that show up in the north and south of the hallway. That's where they'll spawn. You can bring them back out through the doorways if you want to. So the doorway that you see here in the south, you can bring it back south to this landing where we're standing. Or you can go, if you're on the north, you can pull it outside through the northern door into the northern hallway, right? If that makes it feel more comfortable. Just make sure you're not aggroing any slimes as hallway tanks. Let's get ready checks from all the alliances, because that is the whole description for this encounter. Okay, Charlie, Alpha, Bravo. All right. Was there anything that anyone was confused on before we actually get started here? Good. Is South A. Okay, so the reason we did the positioning the way that it is, if you are north of A, you are the northwest room. So A is going to be the western rooms. Charlie is going to be the eastern rooms. B is technically the hallway, if you look at how things are set up. So if you're south of A, you're southwest. If you're north of A, you're northwest. South Charlie is going to be southeast. North Charlie is going to be northeast. All right, so let's have everyone group up in front of the door here. Not like right in front of it. Kind of stand back here where I'm at. We don't want anyone to accidentally open the door before it's ready.
I'm sorry, you said South A is going southwest, right?
South of A is going southwest.
Okay,
Southwest. The A groups are the western rooms. If you're south and A, you're southwest. Okay. I'm going to give a verbal countdown, and I will open the doors, and I will pop that middle trap. Once these doors open, you guys are going to go do your thing. Remember, if you were in the northern rooms, do not pass me until you notice that the middle hallway has been detonated. I'm going to be giving us 30 on the board. We're going to be going in immediately. The 30 countdown is for Golem side. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bolide, Alistia.
Nice. So everyone get to your rooms. DPS, red slimes are out. Make sure you grab those. Turn your stance on, by the way. I didn't make a stance check, so just do that now. Tanks, start grabbing the green slimes off of your healers and parking them on the green pads. Red slimes have spawned again. Make sure you kill those. If the red slimes cast fusion, interrupt them, please. They cannot be stunned. So let the green ones fuse on the green pad. Let the kill the red slimes before they try to fuse at all. More red slimes have spawned. Please pick them up. Once you have stacked enough slimes on your pad and you have a +4/+4 slime, just make a call out in yell chat saying like northeast 4+1 when you're ready. More red slimes have spawned. Be aware. Make sure you kill those ASAP. More red slimes have spawned. Be aware. All right. Northeast is 4+1. Northwest is 4+1. Take your time. We want to make sure that everyone is ready before we do this. Once your slime reaches 3 steps... Oh, we're all good. Wait, southwest? No, that's 2 southwest.
Still.
That's
Hold
2
on.
southwest. Wait for the call. It happens.
I would advance call it out
Advance,
wrong.
you're southeast? Okay, no worries. Southeast. Is
checking
that
it.
all rooms? We have
It's
southeast, we
ready.
have southwest, northeast,
ready.
northwest. We're all ready. Everyone merge now. Merge your slimes now.
Provoke, Alistia.
Pull that final slime. Make the +5. Tanks, stand next to your slime. Wait until you see the rupture cast. Do not move until you see rupture casting. Make sure that thing is centered on the pad as best as possible. All right, all slimes are rupturing. Everyone run north. Everyone leg it. Hoof it.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, super clean. Hey, bro, I definitely like take an extra second or two in my head before I say any direction. It happens.
Sorry, when I saw the southwest, and you called it out, I was like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
He thought he said weast.
All right. I want a clear check. Is everyone clear? We have Charlie is clear. Is Alpha clear? No deaths. I didn't think I see anyone went down.
B's
A is alive. B is alive. All right. Everyone jump on the pad. These chests are your own personal chests. Make sure to grab these. Same thing with all the rest of the chests in this run. So if you miss these chests, you miss out on loot. Okay. Oh, cool. We've already got a tank. We got a volunteer. Okay. I'm going to wait until I see
There's deaths over
everyone
there.
from Golem start coming back up, and then I will give a very, very brief rundown of Trinity Seeker. Because Trinity Seeker is easy. I promise. Several deaths on Golem's side. Okay.
Yep, we got them all up though.
Okay. Cool. How many was several?
Two.
Oh.
It was
No.
a
Okay.
battery, so
That's nothing to worry about.
yeah.
All right. We got 47 in here. Okay. Welcome to Trinity Seeker. If this is your first time in here, I want you to think back to normal mode. Almost everything you're going to see here is from normal mode. A couple new things will happen, but calls will 100% mitigate any kind of questions that you have for this fight. When he does the 4 swords, I will be calling them out. Boss relative. I know that a lot of other people will use markers for this fight. I do not call out by the markers. I would much rather prefer people to learn to use their eyeballs and look at the boss and which way he's facing. So for that very reason, we're going to be doing boss relative calls. So right now, he's facing us. If I say front, front, back, back, starting on the front side, it'll be the 4-3 markers that we're standing on. If I call right, right, left, left, since he's looking at us right now, his right side is actually on the 1-4 side, not the 2-3 side. Please keep that in mind. All of my calls will be relative. If you ever hear calls like in, out, out, that is assuming that the clone that is doing the sword cleaves is going to be either north, south, east, or west in the breaks between the barriers. And we are going to be inside the field for 2 slashes or however many slashes, and then we will move to the outside of the field. Should be very self-explanatory. So pay attention to those calls. Make sure that you're paying attention to which way the boss is facing. Earthshakers originate from the boss in the center. They are a line tether and a cone baited on you. They're just like normal Earthshakers. Point those cones away from the party. If the party is chilling at 4 and doing DPS and you get an Earthshaker, I want you to stand on your safe color, whether it's sand or stone, blue stone, and rotate away from the 4 marker. That means you're going to stay on blue or sand and go to like the 1 or 2 or 3 marker, something like that. Just point them away from the party. We don't need people getting killed by Earthshaker. With that is Trinity Seeker. Things will happen a little bit faster. Nothing to worry about. This is when we are going to start using lost actions. So for this fight, you're going to start roiding with your lost actions. You're going to be using food. You're going to be using pots. We're going to be doing everything we can to try and kill this guy as quick as possible. We have our volunteer tank, Alistia. That means that if you are not Alistia, you are turning off your tank stance. Turn your tank stance off now. Only Alistia should have their stance on. And I will leave it to them to give the 30-second countdown. Actually, hold up. Let's have people move in front of the purple line before we do this. There's no need for Shell. Shell starts at, we need Shell from TA on. So you don't need Shell for this. You don't need Shell for Queen's Guard, none of that. Everyone is in front of the purple line. It looks like, okay, that's our ready check. Alistia on you. 30 whenever you are ready.
Food check.
Hey, man. When I say cowboy, I mean something like bounty hunter or outlaw or I'm the sheriff around these parts, you know? Anything that seems twangy, gunslinger, you could be futuristic, it works.
What about a space cowboy?
Space cowboys work. All right, point it north, please. First thing that's going to be coming out is a raid wide. This is A-OK, not too scary, just mitigate it like normal. first major mechanic will be coming up soon. It's 4 swords. Pay attention to the calls. Remember, I do relative, figure out where the boss is facing, and align yourselves accordingly.
East west.
All right, right side for 2, left side for 2. This is a right, right, left, left. Wait for 2 slashes, and then 1 movement to the left. So wait here. Move left now. Look away from the orb, get away from the flower.
Look away from orb.
Away from the look away from the orb, get away from the
Away
flower.
From purple.
Get away from the flower. That's unfortunate.
Go front back.
All right, everyone in the hitbox. We are pushing. Everyone in the hitbox, please. Do not be on his sides. Tanks, stand up front. We're going to share a tank buster with Alistia. Everyone tank up front. All tanks up front, pop mitigation. All tanks away. We just want Alistia up there. Stay away from Alistia. Nice. Stay grouped up for chains. We're gonna bait them. They do not shackle immediately. We're gonna put our backs to a wall. Put your back to a wall. Break your chains now.
Knock back into barricade.
Put your back to a barricade. Back to a barricade, please. Good work. And meet up in the middle.
Get in for comets.
We're gonna see some Ifrit dashes come from the sides. Do not be at the edge of the field. When the clones drop down, they hurt. Cool.
Go east,
We're starting
then counter
east
clock.
towards the A marker.
Knock back into
We're going to
barricade.
follow these dashes, stand in front of a barricade, end in front of the barricade here at 2, right here at 2, right here at 2, in front of the barricade at 2. No worries.
AoE.
This is a regular raid wide. Mitigate appropriately. Stack up on the 2 marker. Everyone stack up on the 2 marker. We're taking
Get
a
behind
line
for line stack.
AoE. We're sharing this line AoE. Cool. Stay here. We're going to bait more line AoEs. These are going to be just regular old orange AoEs. We're going to walk out of them as soon as we see them. Nothing difficult. Regular line AoEs. Regular lasers. All right. Walk out of these. And look at your feet. You're standing
Blue
on blue
stone.
stone. Make sure you are on blue stone. Next 2 colors are going to have Earthshakers associated. Remember what I said? Please point them away from the party. You have a line pointing towards you. That's the line that AoE is going to take. Next color. Everyone on sand. Yellow sand.
sand.
Make sure you're standing on sand. Earthshakers, take them away from the party, please. Earthshakers away from the party. Beautiful. Right? One more color. Everyone
Blue
on
stone.
blue stone. Earthshakers away from the party, please. Please avoid those lines. We're going to get more lasers. Just walk out of them. Nice and easy. Nothing spooky. Cool. Bring it back to the center. Point it to an to a cardinal direction. Regular raid wide. Just keep it facing that way. Everyone use your eyes. Stand intercardinal of the boss, max melee, or farther. Do not greed this unless you
Go
know what is
intercardinal
happening.
Of boss.
Intercardinals of the boss, get out of max melee range. Nice, nice, nice. Everyone meet up in the center. We're going to do some more dashes. These dashes are going to be paired up with
Get in for
swords.
comets.
So as soon as the dashes are finished, we're going to come back to the middle and we're going to dodge swords.
Go southeast.
All right, we're starting at the
then
3 marker. Go to
clockwise.
the barricade towards 3. No need to hide. We're just going to follow these dashes.
West-east.
It is going to be a right, right, left, left pattern. Right, right, left, left, starting on the 1-4 side. Right, right, left, left. Stay here for 2 cleaves. 1, 2, move through. Look away from the orb. Get away from
Look
the
away
flower.
from
Look
orb.
away from the orb.
Away from purple.
Get away from the flower. Group up for these chains. Break these chains. Please clear Alistia. She will be getting a tank buster soon. It's just a regular raid wide, nothing to be worried about.
Tank cleave on you.
Right, that's the tank buster. Stay away. Okay. Next 4-sword adventure. This is going to be paired up with colors. I'm going to tell you a color to stand on. You're going to stand on that color, you're going to do the swords, and then you're going to end on the opposite color. Pay attention. He's angled strangely. We're going left for 2, right for 2. Left, left, right, right. Boss relative.
White sand.
First color we are standing on. We are standing on sand. Stand on sand now. 1, 2. Move through. End on stone. Middle is stone. End on stone. Blue stone. Blue stone. We got one more color coming up. One more color.
Blue stone.
Everyone on stone. You can stay on stone. Hey, Mercy, look away from the orb. Get away from the flower. We're going to get regular lasers after this. Let's do the white line AoEs, then the orange ones. Plenty of time. White first, then orange. Get away from the flower.
AoE.
All right, not too bad. There's going to be a raid wide here. Mitigate appropriately. And then we're going to get inside the boss's hitbox. So stand inside the boss's hitbox now, please. Do not be on his sides. This is Baleful Swath. We don't want to be on his sides.
Go front back.
Just keep cranking out damage. We want to skip these mechanics. Next mechanic is going to be a knockback or hide with the clone swords at the side of the field. Knockback or hide will happen first, and then we will do the clone swords. This is going to be a hide. Hide first.
Hide
it is an in,
barricade.
out, out mechanic. Front, front, back, back. In, out, out. In for 2, out for 2. Front for 2, back for 2. Move through to the back, move through to the back. Stay grouped for chains. Break these chains.
When do you want to
Healer LB3 in the center. Healer LB3 in the center now, please.
AoE.
Do it now. Do it now. Now is the time. Burn this boss down. I don't want to see anything else. It gets nasty after this. Phantom Edge, put your back to a never mind. Awesome. Okay, we have some dead. Don't worry about it. We're going to stick here and we're going to pick up our dead before we move on. Duelist wants to move ahead and Percept for us. They can do that. Let's have everyone else stick behind and make sure we get our dead. Lego Steppers protocol is stand on the body first, then slot Arise, and then begin using your Arise. If you see someone standing on the body, do not target them for Arise. Do not raise them. Wait until the person standing on the body steps off. Don't re-slot Arise if you're already arising. Let someone else do it once you're done. That was really good, though. That was fairly clean after that first knockback mishap. That's all right. It happens. If anyone else has a rise, they can go ahead and stand on Tatsukaru over there on the 1, and they can go arising on them. Yeah, if you've already got a rise slotted, just stand on their body and go to town. The only reason I have you slot it once you stand on them is so that we're not wasting arises and we're not having other people popping it. Not to worry, that's just the duel going off. We're going to let Anla do his thing. Do we not have any more arises? No more healers with arise?
Oh, where's the body?
That's our
I
only
got it.
healer
It's-
here, too.
It's marked with the 1.
Ah. Oh, no, they're alive. They're moving.
They're dead on my screen.
Tatsukaru?
Wrong one. That's my bad.
Yeah, we're not the one marker, the
Yeah.
waypoint, I should say.
He's up.
Yeah, okay. I think that's everyone. If you are still on the floor, we're leaving you. Please say something before we actually leave you. All right, manually walk past these traps. Please don't pop any.
Don't forget personal loot.
Make sure you grab your chest. Did I actually forget my chest? No, I got it.
So a lot of people running back.
I've mentioned all loot's personal. Okay.
I picked it up long enough ago that I forgot if I had grabbed it or not.
The same. That's why I had to check. Right. Dahu, just like Trinity Seeker, is identical to normal mode. The only difference is Spit Flame. Spit Flame is an attack that's going to put a limit cut above your head. If someone knows where the markers go for this, they can do that. If you get the limit cut dots above your head, you're going to count how many dots there are, and then you're going to run to the associated marker. Now, this marker isn't going to be an exact location to where a lion or a monster will be. The only thing I'm going to tell you is go to your marker first. Excuse me. If you have a 3 above your head, you're going to go to the 3 marker and then find the closest monster to stand underneath, and you're going to stand right inside of them. Underneath them, right next to them, whatever works. The Spit Flame that you get hit by is going to kill that ad, and that will be a safe spot to get knocked back into when he does his roar. Other than that, it's A-okay. Just listen to callouts, you'll be good. Since Anla's dueling, we're going to have everyone stand in front of the purple line. That'll be our ready check. Never mind, duel's done. Everyone in front of the purple line when you're ready to go. This is a trash fight. We are not using lost actions for this fight. So no need to slot anything major. None of that. All right. Since we don't get anything major from this box, if anyone is still left behind, unfortunately, we're going to start the fight whenever Alistia is ready to go. You can actually just pull whenever you're ready. It's a trash fight. You don't get anything from this. You get lost fragments, I guess. Maybe deception. Right. Dahu. We're going to see some fallen rocks right out the gate. AoEs under your feet. Use your eyes. Pay attention. Don't get hit. He will do 2 sets of fallen rocks. There's the second set. Now clear out in front. He's going to dash soon.
Charge.
He's dashing north. Get out of the way. He's going to dash one more time. After this dash, avoid the large cleave he does in front of him. Avoid this cleave, and then once it's over with, bring him back to the center. Cool. Nice and easy. First mechanic after this is going to be Spit Flame. Just avoid the line AoEs that you see on the field. These are just use your eyes. Don't get hit. Marker should be going out shortly. Look at your marker. Go to the associated waymark on the field and kill a lion next to your waymark. Right, these are going to open up safe spaces for us to get knocked back into. Stay on the right-hand side, then dodge into the left, dodge into the left, dodge into the left. Cool, cool.
Knock back to safe
Put your
spot.
back to a safe spot. If you know the hidden tech, show it off. And my controller's dead. Pog. No worries, this is going to be 5 cleaves. 2, 3, casters can stay here. 4, and 5. Right? Main tank is going to get some ads tethered to him and only him, or only them, I should say. Just mitigate these and AoE these down for the tank. If you are the tank getting these, pop cooldowns, treat this like an acid tank buster. Healers, be aware of their health bar. All right, super chill. Now it's going to get a little faster. We're going to see everything we just saw at rapid fire. It's going to be Fallen Rocks, into a Shockwave, into Spit Flame. Fallen Rocks, pay attention, use your eyes. Shockwave
Right,
coming out.
then left.
Stand on the right-hand side, dodge left, dodge left. Look at your head. Look for Spit Flame. Look for your marker. Stand next to your waymark and kill and add next to your waymark. If you are a tank and you get a flare, you are going south. The party is
Not
going
bad.
north. If you have
No
that
flare.
flare, you're going south. Nice. He will reposition on his own back to the middle. He'll do one more merry-go-round, 5 cleaves. Casters can actually stay in the wake of the second cleave. The second cleave is safe. Nice. Do we have any dead? Anyone on the floor? We got one on the floor. Make sure none of the healers jump on the jump pad before this guy has been picked up. Once we take that jump pad in the hallway, there's no coming back. Let's make sure we get this guy up. There we go.
Nice.
Is there anyone else? I think that was the only person. All right, cool. Onward.
Remember to
I don't know if
re-raise.
Anla's picked up his buff or not, but if you don't see Anla, they're just waiting for the optimal time to grab their buff. No need to grab the duelist buff while I'm explaining Queen's Guard. Yeah, no worries. Let's make setup quick, shall we? All right. I'm going to need volunteers for main tank. Well, 2 main tanks. Alpha Bravo are going to be our main tank markers. If you want to be a main tank, stand on Alpha Bravo. If you want to volunteer for Aura Spheres, I need 2 people on 1 and 2 people on 2. 1 will be North Aura Spheres, 2 will be South Aura Spheres. I need 3 more tanks to volunteer. Don't be shy. This job's really easy, I promise. If it's your first time, you'll be able to get it, no problem. One more tank. One more tank. There you go. No worries. Okay. Here's what I will do. I'll actually give you guys these markers. I will give you guys these markers. And just pay attention to the number on your marker. So, Kalia and Alistia are going to be our main tanks. Let's see here. Yuna and Ruka are going to be our North Aura Sphere tanks. Yuna will be the first Aura Sphere that shows up. They will turn on their stance and provoke that Aura Sphere. And then they will invuln the marker that shows up above their head once the Aura Sphere is dead. Ruka will do the same thing, only for the second set of orbs, the second Aura Sphere in the north. Vance, you will do the first Aura Sphere in the south when that shows up. TSM Bandit, you will be the second Aura Sphere that shows up in the south. Kalia and Alistia, you are both going to be turret tank as well. So just make sure that when those turret tanks show up, you are provoking those ASAP. Alistia, you may have to fire off a couple lightning shots or whatever it is that you do if you need to. Just for simplicity's sake, we'll have everyone do the west turret first and then the east turret second, since Kalia can actually swap targets to the west turret without actually having to leave her boss. Right. So that handles tanks. Are there any tanks that are unsure of what is going on here? Feel free to speak up. Do I need to invuln the aura sphere? You do, but not immediately. So the way that it works is the aura sphere will start casting something called Spite Check. If Spite Check is allowed to finish casting, someone at random in the raid will die. It will just straight up zero out their health bar. So we need to kill before Spite Check. Once you kill the aura sphere, the person who had main threat on that aura sphere will then get hit with a tank buster for, I think, like damage cap or something like it. It's very hard. Just invuln it, and it'll become a non-mechanic. So, the moment it dies, you will actually notice a yellow or like an orange-red arrow above your head. Once you see that arrow above your head, you're just going to pop Home Gang. You're going to do Hallowed Ground, whatever it is that your class does. And that will negate the Tank Buster. That'll make it a non-mechanic. Cool. I went and I posted the reflect pattern in the raid text chat. So if I can have everyone that is new or doesn't know what's going on, take a look at that. I need volunteers for reflects now. So in Yell chat, give me Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, reflect. I've got Bravo, Foxtrot, Alpha, Echo.
I'm AFK. I got Charlie.
You got what? Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay. We got Charlie reflect. Just waiting on a Delta reflect. If you're brand new, that's A-okay. We can go through the motion if you need to. You'll do it, but D will need Steel Sting. Does D not have Steel Sting across any of the players? Oh, you have both. Okay.
You should be able to slot it up
Yeah.
after the Steel Sting.
Yeah, no. Reflect is going to be at the very end, and Steel Sting Spellforge is going to be in the first phase of 3. So once you are done using Spellforge or Steel Sting, you can slot over either of those that's left over with Reflect. So there shouldn't be any problem. Only one healer, so don't know what we do if we need an LB3. So, right. The baseline tank holster pretty much very kind of... It shows that you have lost sacrifice in there. Tanks in your party, if your healer goes down and you have an LB3, or if your only healer goes down, sack for your healer. We don't need Aether Shield at this point in time. Raid-wise should still be easily mitigatable and healed through without a tank in the party. So if your healer, your only healer goes down, slot in last sacrifice and sacrifice for your healer. Because of your essence, there is a decent chance you don't get the Doom negative effect from sacrifice. Right. We did get a D reflect, correct? That was Tasakaru, right?
Yeah, that was Tatsukaru.
Okay. Just need confirmation. Cool. Are there any reflects that don't know what to do with their job, that don't know what's happening? Okay, I'm going to assume the reflects know what they're doing. I'm going to move on to dispels. Can I get at least 3 people to call dispel? At least 3 people to keep an eye on the warrior. Just call it out in Yell chat. If you got dispel and you're slotting it, just let me know. I need to see 3 people with dispel. All right. Rem will have dispel. They have 2 more people. The only thing dispels are going to do, The warrior, after every mechanic, will cast boost and will give himself a big buff. We need that buff dispelled immediately. The only reason I need multiple people is just in case if I only have one dispeller and they go down, it's going to be real stinky for the rest of the party or the rest of the raid. Yeah. Do we not have dispels? Is that just what's happening? Cool. Pristine and Rem. Every healer should have at least one dispel. So I just need 3 volunteers just to be safe. Cool. Okay. I see 3 people with dispel. You're going to need Dispel and Spellforge Steel Sting right out the gate. Just as a heads up, because both of those mechanics are going to happen during the first phase. Yeah, so you will be running Dispel and then either Spellforge or Steel Sting. Right? If you are the one case, the edge case that's doing Spellforge and Steel Sting for your party, pick one to start with, I guess, and cast that during the 30, and then swap it out if it's not the right kind. This is why we normally want 2 people to take it. I'm going to assume that's all handled. I saw 3 dispels. I'm going to expect that people have dispel for the very beginning of this fight. Cool. Everything else is going to be dealt with by call out. I will explain Mustadio because that seems to be the one thing that a lot of people get hung up on, and that's going to be what I explain, and then we're going to go on to the fight. Wrong, but copy image. Here we go. In raid text chat, this is what it's going to look like. So, if you remember doing Orbone Monastery, you get the Mustadio mechanic, which will have that like crescent shape around your character. It'll have a gap missing in that circle. One of your flanks or your rear or your front will have a missing gap. The whole point of the mechanic is to point the hole towards the source of damage. So when we get to the mechanics with Mustadio mechanics, the first source of damage is gonna come from the gunner, the Queen's gunner in the center of the field. And then it will come from one of the turrets along the side. Now, if you take a look at the image that I posted, you'll notice that when it comes to the turrets along the side of the wall, they're not all coming from one side. Some sources are coming from the east, some sources are from the west. Make sure that you stand directly in line with the arrow that's coming out of your turret, right? Stand directly in front of your turret, point your gap to that turret. Make sure that you're not standing like kind of offset because they do overlap a bit. And if you're in that overlapping part of the AoE, you will get struck no matter what. Cool. I'm going to leave it at that. Everything else will be handled with callouts. Just pay attention. Let's get ready checks across all the alliances, please.
Game on.
So we got C ready. Bravo ready. Alpha ready. Echo ready. Delta ready. Just waiting on Foxtrot. Hostages ready. I know what hostages means because Mayuri used the keyword. Yeah. F is the hostage party. Because if something goes wrong, it's going to be F to pay respects in chat. Okay, so tanks have all been assigned. Dispel has been assigned. Reflects, you can slot Reflect in after Spellforge or Steel Sting. I would recommend that during the 30-second countdown, you cast Spellforge on the people that need it, Steel Sting on the people that need it during that first 30 seconds. Make sure your food is up. We are using lost actions for this. We want to kill this as quick as possible. All the tanks are going to start with their tank stance is on. If you are a functioning tank, I want all of you to turn your stance on now. We're going to fight for aggro over these 4 bots at the very beginning. Once they jump away and we get to the actual fight, only Kalia and Alistia should have their stances on. All right, so when I say everyone turn your stances off, everyone is going to turn them off with the exception of our main tanks. They're going to keep it on, and they're going to save their provoke for when the bosses actually show up. Right. Cool. All right. Everyone's ready. We can pre-position in front of these bosses. They will not aggro until we actually hit them, so please no right-clicking, none of that. And Alistia, whenever you're ready, give us 30 on the board. Start doing your Steel Sting and your Spell Forges now. Please, 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 if you need to put Spell Forge on tanks, please prioritize tanks over everyone else. Make sure that your tanks get them first. And then use your Lost Actions right here out the gate. Lost Actions pot everything. The faster we push these out of here, the faster we can get onto the actual fight. Make sure that you're keeping aggro off of Anla. Since he's the duelist, he's going to be ripping aggro. Right, so group them up nice and tight. Bring it over here, Vance. There you go.
AoE.
Right, first raid wide. Some light mitigation for this. Cool, cool, cool. We're pushing, we're pushing, we're pushing. One more AoE. Nice, we skipped it. All right, stances off. Everyone turn your stances off. Only the main tanks should have theirs on. Warrior is going to Bravo. Hold the knight, please. All right, knight to the center. You can pull the knight to the center. First
Remove
mechanic.
Yellow. Apply purple.
Make sure you have Spellforge. We are doing magic damage. Please apply Spellforge to your parties now. Prioritize your tanks first. First mechanic is going to be bombs with sword or shield. Right? It's going to be sword. Our safe bombs are going to be right at the edge of the field, up against the wall. Safe is up against the wall. If you are
Small
tethered, you're going to a small bomb.
Tethered.
If you are not tethered, you're going to big. Tethers to small bombs, no tethers to big. Do not
Take
stand
outside
in
bombs.
line of the charge from that knight. Outside edge of the field. Outside edge of the field. If you fall first, go to where a bomb exploded. Do that now. Do that now. Warrior will be boosting very soon. Dispels, keep an eye on the warrior. He is boosting. Dispel the warrior now, please. Please dispel the warrior.
AoE.
Nice. Regular raid wide, mitigate this appropriately. Doesn't hit too hard. Please focus damage on the knight. We want these to die at the same time. They will, the remaining one will enrage and kill us if we do not keep them even. All right, if you get a tether, pay attention. If you are chained, you're going to green AoE. If you are not chained, you're going to a purple AoE.
Wind.
After we deal with those AoEs, we're going to meet back in the center near the knight. All right, go to your colors now. Tethers to green, no tethers to purple. This is going to be shield. Converge on the knight, get inside the hitbox.
Avoid
Safe
cleaves.
quadrant is towards the west,
Dispel warrior
towards the
boost.
D marker. Warrior is boosted. Please dispel the warrior.
AoE.
Please dispel that warrior.
Focus
Please
the
dispel
warrior.
that-
No more damage
There
on
you
the
go.
knight.
Please focus the warrior. Yes, thank you for that call. These are tank busters. Main threat will take some damage. Please be aware. All right.
Remove
Try to
yellow.
kill these
Apply
relatively close to one another. We're still in Spellforge. No action needed. You can slot your reflex now over your Steel Sting or Spellforge. Slot your reflex in if you're doing that. Soldier to Delta first. Hold the gunner. Cool. Soldier is at Delta. Bring the gunner to the middle. All right. Flamin' Frogs. We're going to follow these small balls of fire. Between the small balls of fire will be safe. They will turn into frogs and jump once. Wait for the call. I will tell us where we are going. South is safe. Near Charlie is safe. If you know the uptime, do the uptime. Don't read this if you don't know. Point your gap towards the
Point
gunner
at
in the
the
center.
gunner.
Gap to the gunner in the center now.
Point at the turret.
Now to a turret at the wall. Turret at the wall. Nice. Return to the bosses. They're about even. I like that. Next mechanic will be gun turrets. So main tanks, be aware of the gun turrets. You will be doing this
AoE.
mechanic. Please provoke immediately and make sure that you have primary threat before sniper shot casts. Remember, everyone, we're going to wait about a second, and then we're all going to focus down the west turret first, and then the east turret. We will be getting our gun turret cast soon. Gun turrets are coming out. Please be aware. Provoke your turrets. Provoke the turrets.
Dispel gun turrets.
All right. Everyone dump on the west
Ballista.
turret. Everyone on west turret. Invuln this at 70% of the cast.
Alive.
Invuln now.
Ballista.
Kill the
AoE.
east turret. Regular raid wide coming out. No worries. Be ready to heal. Cool, cool, cool. We're either going to get Pyretic or Blizzard. This will be motion or stillness.
Move.
It is motion. Stay in motion. No gap closers. Just keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. You guys are clear. All right. More damage on the soldier, please. More damage on the soldier. Let's deal with the soldier first, and then we'll go for the gunner. Kill the soldier. Move on to the gunner. We are ahead of schedule. Get to your positions. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, North. Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, South. Get to your Auraspheres. Aurasphere tanks, get ready to provoke these. Reflect, get in position. Reflectors, in position now. Aurasphere, provoke your Aurasphere. Kill these. Invuln this. Invuln the Aurasphere. Right? Do second reflex, and then you can go to the damage on the boss. If you have your heal LB3, you will use it here in the center. Do not use DPS LB, nothing else. Coat of Arms,
Stop
disengage.
attacking.
Disengage from targets. Re-engage. Next set of orbs are coming up soon. Auraspheres, prepare. Second Auraspheres, get in position. Provoke your Auraspheres now. Kill these Auraspheres. Do your second reflect.
Stop attacking.
Nice. Invuln that, and we kill the bosses. If you have your healer LB3, use it here.
They didn't even get it.
Nice. We did that really fast. We didn't even get healer LB. How many dead do we have?
I think we only have one.
Is it just the one?
I think we really only have one.
Oh
dude.
my god, you guys are insane. That is
After
really
last
clean.
night, yes,
Good
I am.
work. Good work.
Reminder to reapply re-raiser though if you did die during that match and re-raised.
Please, yes. Always make sure that you are re-popping your re-raiser very first thing. Like, if you die and it procs, immediately just spam it in your holster until you see it, until you use it. Actually, you probably shouldn't spam it, because if you do it too fast, you might actually get both. You might use multiple. Don't spam it. But first thing you should do is put it on.
Don't forget your personal loot.
Yeah, there's two chests
Yeah.
on this
Make sure
one,
you grab
guys.
your chests.
I almost forgot mine.
Absolutely. I have a good feeling about this run. We didn't see any cursed swords. Nothing's been cursed so far. Everything's been A-OK. No, it's not Jinx. Don't you dare. Don't you dare
man.
tell me that it's
Yesterday
Jinx.
was going really well. Too.
No. It's only jinxed if you think it's jinxed. We're going alpha. Watch this. Just because you said that. We're going left. We're going to the 1 marker. Everyone hug the wall up to 1. We're going to 1. It's 1. All of you better will it into existence, all right? If I'm just the only one willing it, it ain't gonna happen.
I hope someone brought Banish, because last time I was in here, nobody brought Banish. We saw other things.
It's A-okay, man. I didn't require people to bring Banish. If they wanted to bring it, that was up to them.
I want to see ice.
Okay,
Fights.
so I'm not going to explain this fight. We're either going to go to 1 or 4. It depends on where the donut happens first. If 1 is wrong, we're going to make a mad dash to 4. If you are the tank, which should be Alistia, if you notice that 1 is not right, I want you to pop sprint. The only thing I want you to do is run for 4 and make sure the Phantom follows. Other than that, we are going to be reslotting all of our actions and refreshing our actions in front of TA. So any last damage actions you have left, spare, use it here. Dump as much as you can on him. Just drop the hammer. Do we get Ver approved hands if you are wrong? What does that mean? You already got the hands, and they're Anla branded. All right. Let's get some pants, bro. Well, if I have to be known for pants, I'll be known for pants. Right. Whenever you are ready, Alistia, give us 30 on the board. Remember, use all of your actions for this. Everyone turn your stances off if you have them on. Only Alistia should have their stance. We're pulling the boss towards 1.
Please call it early if you see it.
Anla's got the strats. No worries. All right, first thing he'll do is a raid wide. This ain't scary at all. Just heal up after it. All right, here we go.
Donut
Come
bottom, circle
on,
top.
1. Nope, it's 4. Everyone run to 4. Mad dash, mad sprint. That's fine. Close enough. That's fine. All right, get on 4. Everyone on 4 now. These AoEs happen a little bit faster than normal mode. Greed this only if you know the timing. Stop at D. Don't hit the death wall. And then move to Charlie. Everyone to Charlie. We're going to take some time to chill here. Boss is going to do some things. We got some time to do whatever we need to.
Stay south.
Don't
Square
look for
bottom, circle
Anla.
top.
Don't worry, he knows what he's doing. We're going to wait for 4 pulses on Delta, and then we will move over to Delta. Once we see 4 pulses on Charlie, we will move back from Delta. So we're going to do a forward and back, if you will. 1, 2, 3. Everyone to Delta. One, 2, 3. Everyone back to Charlie. Right, we're going to get ads. The white ads need to be healed. The red ones need to be killed with normal damage. Kill the red ones, heal the white ones. One more wave of ads. Benediction will outright kill them. If you have Benediction still, use them on these white ads. Heal that one north, heal that one southwest. Interrupt this cast. All right, dump what you got. Drop the hammer. All right, we're going to see the upcoming mechanic. I believe this is knockback to 1 or 3. I think it's 3.
Go south.
No, it's going to be a knockback to 1, I believe.
Donut.
Nah, just kill it. Just kill it. What are we doing? Just commit. I still have not gotten enough experience with that. I don't want to practice calling that. All right, I'm going to percept the upcoming hallway. Everyone stay behind. Do we have any dead? Do we have any dead?
I don't see anybody dead.
I see a clean floor. All right. I'm going to face clear these traps here. Cool. Top floor is clear. Wait for my perceptions on the bottom floor. We do not want to prematurely pop any mini traps. If you see any pink traps, please make absolutely certain you are not hitting them. Please take extra care with this hallway. Double check that you are not going to hit that mini trap. Nice. All right. We've made it to TA. One of my absolute favorite fights in this raid. This one is the hardest, in my opinion. So if it's your first time here and it looks spooky and mechanics make no sense and your re-raisers keep going off, don't worry about it. Spend some time, look at the mechanics, try to figure out what's happening. And I promise you, you'll be A-okay. If we make it through this and you still have no idea what's going on, just join future runs. Her mechanics are actually very simple. The things that make it hard is the temperature mechanic, which we're going to go over right now. So there is a chart that a lot of people like to use. It helps them figure out what they need to resolve their temperatures. I will be posting that in the raid text chat, and I will also be posting the ladder game solutions, since a lot of people, since a lot of people like to have that open on their second monitor or on their phone. Right. So TA, not exactly a walk in the park. The temperature mechanic comes back. She will do. She essentially has 6 mini phases total. Sword mechanic, bow mechanic, and a staff mechanic. Just like from normal mode, essentially the bow and the staff are almost identical to normal mode, like almost copy pasta. The sword looks a little bit different. It's going to look a little scarier. We'll go over that one right before we pull. So I make sure that everyone kind of knows what my callouts mean when I actually make callouts for that mechanic. Otherwise, this fight is just, can I zero out my temperature, the boss? For the first 3 mechanics she does, she's only going to give you a standing temperature above your head, right? So for the first 3 mechanics, well, if I say normal mechanic or normal sword, normal bow, whatever, you are going to be getting your temperature to neutral. So if you have 2 ice, you're going to get 2 fire, make sure you're at neutral temperature. If you have 1 ice, you're going to get 1 fire, make sure you get back to neutral. Nice and simple. When I say advanced or complicated bow, staff, or sword, complicated means that you're going to be getting an elemental brand debuff. Now, if you look at the chart that I posted in raid text chat, you will notice that the icon is largely similar, but there are differences between the two. The one that you see on the left-hand side, it looks like a person's head and shoulders, and then the arrows above his head. That is the temperature above your head. That's the temperature that you're seeing on the gauge that floats above your character's head. If you see the one that looks like a thermometer, right, and it looks like an empty thermometer or a full thermometer from one color or the other, that'll be your elemental brand, right? This debuff will sit on your bar until the end of the mechanic, and then it will apply whatever temperature it says is on it to your character. So essentially what this is a second temperature that's going to fall on your head. The easiest way I can tell you to resolve it is to just make sure that the temperature above your head is opposite of that debuff. So you want the temperature that looks like the dude with the arrows on his head to be opposite of the thermometer. Cool? Cool. Sword mechanic. Sword mechanic looks different in normal mode. Or sorry, in savage mode. Sorry, my bad. You will get 4 clones instead of just the 1 copy of her. And they will all cleave 1/2 of the field and blah, blah, blah. What this means is that only 1 tile on this field is going to be safe, right? Now, for an example, if I say that the 1 tile is safe, the tile that marker is on, the 1 marker, is safe. It's not going to get hit by anything. Your temperature's not going to get adjusted. Nothing's going to happen if you stand on that tile. That's why we call it the safe tile. Now, because you have to change your temperature, you need to get hit by something, right? The only tiles you should ever stand on to change your temperature should be the tile north of the one that I called safe, east, south, or west, right? So any adjacent cardinal tile, right? So if you stand on the safe tile, you will only ever move up, down, left, or right from the safe tile to stand on a tile that is getting hit by a cleave, right? So this will adjust your temperature, whatever that clone that's striking that tile says it is, right? So I say 1 is safe, and you need to adjust your temperature. The ones that I marked, the tiles that I marked with the letters are the only possible safe tiles to stand on to adjust your temperature. If you move intercardinal, for example, if you stand on like where the 2 tile is, right, directly where the boss is, that's intercardinal. That's a diagonal tile from 1. If you stand here, diagonal from 1, you will die. You will get struck by 2 cleaves, and it will apply 2 temperatures at once, and it will kill you outright. You have to adjust your temperature gradually. There will be 2 sets of swords, meaning I will call 2 safe tiles per sword mechanic, right? So if just ignore the diagonal tiles, only go north, south, east, or west.
You would want to go to the cardinal that has your what's going to resolve your
temperature. Exactly. So when I say go to 1,
I'm sorry. Let's just say it's 2 fire over my head, and then I need to resolve it with like being equal, and then C is where the blue flame is. I go straight to C. Or do I need to be like on a corner of the square of C, or just I'm safe on C if that's where I need to go?
Right where I'm walking, this is all safe. I almost just pulled the fucking boss. This whole green tile is safe.
Okay, thank you.
Right. If I say 1 is safe and the tile that is getting hit with your 2 ice or your 2 fire, whatever you needed, if the clone's AoE is overlapping this tile, then this is the tile you need to stand on.
Okay.
Because if you stand on 1, you're not going to get a temperature adjustment.
Okay.
Right. That's the safe tile that nothing is going to ever strike the safe tile. Right. The adjustment tiles, the tiles to adjust your temperature, will always be 1 tile north, south, east, or west of the safe spot. So,
all right, thank you. Yeah.
The final markers, when I put them on the field, are going to look like this, right? So the only 4 tiles that will ever possibly be safe are 1, 2, 3, or 4, right? So if I call 4, the tile that has the 1 marker, 3 marker, delta marker, and the one south of the 4 is going to be safe. If I say 1 is safe, 4, you can adjust your temperature safely on 4 onto north of the 1 tile or west of the 1 tile.
Okay.
That the first time it happens, it's really hard to figure it out, and it might take you a while. It's a-okay. This is an any prog. We're here to learn. With that, everything is pretty much going to be identical. The ladder game is going to look the same. For ladder games, sometimes for complicated ladders, I should say, you might already have your solution. Like you might have a +2 elemental or like a 2 heat elemental brand and a 2 ice temperature above your head, which means your mechanic has already been solved for you. You just need to get Force March to your tile, which is a great transition into Force March. If you've done content with Force March or Mind Jack, you know what this is. It's going to be a debuff that falls on your bar, and when the timer expires on that debuff, you are going to be forced to march in that direction. In this fight, it's 2 tiles worth of space, right? So you'll start here, and if my debuff says I force march to the right, my character will automatically turn right out of my control and then move 2 tiles to the right. I'm actually going to start putting the Danger Dorito above my head, right? So if I have, standing on this tile again, I'm facing north, right? So if I have a left Force March, when the timer expires, it will turn my character left which I'll now be facing west, and I will force march 2 tiles to the west. So make sure that you are looking the direction you need to before your debuff expires, because the debuff will turn you against your will in the direction that it says it's going to turn you. So if you see an arrow pointing down, that's behind you. An arrow pointing up, it's in front of you. To the right, it'll turn you to the right. To the left, it'll turn you to the left. Right? Okay. That should be it for explanations. What we're going to need for this fight is make sure you re-up your food. I'm actually looking at my food buff, and it's about ready to fall off. So make sure your food is up here. Make sure that if you are a tank, you are slotting Aether Shield. You only need 1 tank in your party to do Aether Shield. The other one can chill and do some DPS actions. Just be mindful if your tank goes down and doesn't proc their re-raiser, they are definitely going to have to worry about slotting it on their end, and then they will have to take over. They will have to take over Aether Shield duties. Let's see. Thank you. If you have shell, now you can slot it now. If you have more than 10 minutes of shell, you're already safe. If you have less than 10 minutes of shell, stand behind the purple line and have someone apply shell to you. Make sure we're using shell 2. We're not using shell 1 here. Once you get 10 minutes or more of lost shell 2, stand in front of the purple line. Once everyone's in front, I will take that as our ready check. The ability that we are going to be Aether Shielding is Glory of Baja. If you notice that I don't call it, in my brain, it's wired as, it's a raid wide. I know what I'm doing, and I will just push Aether Shield. I have gotten comfortable and complacent, so if I don't call it immediately, just hit Aether Shield for Gloria Baja. Gloria Baja will apply a nasty dot, so healers be aware. As soon as the AoE goes out, right, as soon as Gloria Baja hits, everyone in your party is going to be applied with a bleed. Make sure that you are paying attention to their health totals and you're not letting them drop down. If somebody's using Banner of Honored Sacrifice and they aren't a melee DPS, they're going to have their health tick down, so please be aware of that. Right? Please, if you get lost shell 2, stand in front of the purple line so that everyone who's helping out knows that you are ready and they don't accidentally place it on you again. I'm seeing some really nice glams, by the way. It actually makes me really happy that a lot of people came with some cowboy glams. I'm gonna be really happy if we down this and we get to see a screenshot with all of it. Anzu, you good? Did they get a lost shell? There we go. Cool. All right, let's see some movement on C. Just get to the Charlie marker and start bouncing, just so I know that everyone's actually here. No one's like autopilot or doing a bio break or anything like that. I see movement. All right, we're good. Okay, this is it. Take a deep breath. Alistia, whenever you're ready, give us 30 on the board. Remember, this fight isn't exactly a cakewalk. Be prepared, take some damage or to hit the deck. Just try to learn from your mistakes.
Food pots.
Mm-hmm. Using lost actions on this fight. This is an actual boss. It isn't a trash encounter. Pots, food, lost actions, all that good stuff. Save Aether Shields for the big raid wides. Cool. First thing she's going to do is a tank buster that's shared. So tank stack on 3. Tank stack on 3,
Shared
please.
tank buster. Provoke.
Mitigate
Alistia.
this. Don't worry, she'll change directions to the main target.
AoE plus bleed.
Cool.
1.
Aether Shields, heavy mitigation, please. Aether Shield, Stone Skin. Aether Shield, Stone Skin. Right? Healers, be aware of the bleed. Keep an eye on that.
Out.
All right. This is going to be out of the hitbox. Get away from her by the time she stops spinning. Get away, get away, get away. Do not greed this unless you know what you're doing. Right, everyone back in.
Get in front.
Get in front. In front of the boss. And everyone in front of the boss. And everyone behind her. Everyone behind the boss. Our pattern for today is bow, staff, sword.
Get behind.
She will start off with bow pattern. Tanks can pre-position in the front once this cleave goes out. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Tanks in front. You're going to be getting a quick march. Pay attention to the direction you are going to be forced to march. It's on your bar now. Please pay attention to it. Tanks pop a mitigation. This is the tank stack. We're going to get forced march away from the fire at either Bravo or Delta. So we're getting marched away from the fire. We're going to Delta. Force march, position yourself to force march to Delta. Good work. If he dies in the fire field, please, if he procs, rescue him. Rescue your partner. There we go.
Follow -1
Okay.
gold arrow.
You've seen this before. It's a normal ladder game. Solve it as you would in normal mode. Respect this mechanic. Just go to your tiles now. All right, good work. Group up.
Big AoE
Point.
plus 3.
Actually,
2.
that's fine. You can keep the boss here. Aether Shield's heavy mitigation. Aether Shield's heavy mitigation. If you want to position her closer to the middle, you can. This is going to be staff pattern next.
Out.
All right, staff. Everyone, get out of the hitbox. Get out of the hitbox. Make sure you're not in her hitbox by the time she finishes spinning. Do not greed this unless you know what is up. Everyone, group up at 3. She's going to start casting. So make sure when you see the Freedom of Basha cast, we group back at 3. You can still do your DPS. Pay attention to your temperature. Pay attention to your quick march. Everyone group up in the middle now. Everyone in the middle now. Look for the temperature meteor you need and force march to your meteor. You have 10 seconds on your force march. Pay very close attention. Point your force march now. Point it now. Point it now. There you go. Nice and easy. Everyone meet up back in the middle. Don't move the boss. Just point her towards the 3 marker. Everyone
Big
stack
AoE
on 3.
plus bleed. 3.
Everyone, including the main tank. Aether Shield's heavy mitigation. Aether Shield's heavy mitigation. Aether Shield's heavy mitigation. Don't move her. Stay in front. Don't
Get in
move her.
front.
Stay in front. Cool, 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 cool. She's going to go into sword pattern. This is a full downtime mechanic. She will go invulnerable. She will disappear. Do not pop any bursts. Save your 2 minutes. Save all of your abilities. We're going to burst after she comes back. Right? Pay attention to your temperature. I'm going to give you the safe tile, and you're going to move 1 tile off of the safe tile to get hit. First safe tile is
Southwest
4.
safe spot, then north for cleave.
Adjust your temperature accordingly. Remember, if you are diagonal of 4, you are dead. 1 more cleave. 1 more cleave.
Northeast safe
2
spot.
is safe. 2 is safe. Stay grouped up. We're about to get that raid wide. Aether Shield's heavy mitigation now,
Big
please.
AoE
Aether
plus
Shield's
bleed.
heavy mitigation now. Please be mindful of the bleed. It hurts. She will reposition on her own to the center. This is going to be our complicated mechanics.
Get behind.
South of the 3 marker. Get behind her. Everyone behind the boss. Behind the boss. Behind the boss. Pre-position east and west. We're going to avoid the clone dashes, and we are going to run ourselves to either Bravo or Delta away from the fire. Right? East and west tiles are safe. East and
Dark.
west of the boss are safe.
EW of
We are
center.
sprinting to Delta. Hold. Do not move. Do not move. To Delta. Everyone to Delta. Pop sprint. Everyone go to Delta. Right. This one's a doozy. Pay attention to your temperature. Just went out. Here's your modifier. Here is your brand. You need to be opposite of this mechanic. You might already have it solved. there is an empty tile that works like a 0 temperature
March
arrow.
left
You
to
have
empty
your force
spot.
march. Look at your force march. You're going to force march 2 tiles to your solution. 2 tiles to your solution. Point yourselves now. Point yourselves now. Respect this mechanic. Don't touch. Analog sticks suck. No worries. Group up. Group up. Group up.
Big AOE plus bleed. 5.
Aether shields, heavy mitigation. Aether shields, heavy mitigation. Tanks along the wall. Tanks stacked with Illicity at the wall. This is going to be
Sheer
a
tank
stack buster. Pop cooldowns, all that good jazz. Right? You can keep her at the wall here or bring her closer to the middle. Doesn't matter. We're going to get staff next. Right? Out, 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 out. Cool, cool, cool. Here comes your temperature. This is your overhead temperature. Here comes your brand. You are going to walk yourself to the appropriate meteor and stay on a tile that is not getting dashed through by clones. Right? Everyone to the center. Everyone to the center now. Do some light mitigation.
Go to +2.
Do not use
meteor.
healer
Watch
LB3
close.
during this mechanic. Wait for the call. Move to your meteor now.
Outside
Avoid
corner.
the dashes. Outer corners are safe. Far corners are safe. Cool. We're going to wait for halfway through the Gloria Baja cast to do healer LB3. Come to the
AOE
center.
plus bleed.
Everyone to the center
6.
now. Gloria Baja, Aether Shield, Heavy Mitt, and then do your LB3s here. Do it now. Do it quick.
Let me
Do it
just-
quick. Do it quick. If you haven't done it, don't do it. You've missed your chance.
Get in front.
Everyone in front of the boss. In front of the boss. Right? This is a downtime mechanic. Save your burst. Do not use anything. Can we get someone to sack for E healer? That's all right. Actually, I'll sack. Just mark yourself.
Let me get it
Right. Look at your brand. Look at your temperature. You might have to get hit twice. Listen for the safe tile. Safe tile
Southwest
is
safe spot
4.
and
Safe
South
tile
Berkeley.
is 4. Next tile. Next safe tile
Southeast
is
safe
3.
spot and
Next
East
safe tile
Berkeley.
is 3. All right, group up.
Big
Aether
AOE
Shields,
plus
heavy
bleed.
mitigation. Aether
7.
Shields, heavy mitigation now. Use that LB as soon as you get it. Get the opportunity to. Just burn her down. We're about ready to see Enrage here. No worries. Just do what you can.
Damn.
That's all right. It happens. TA is not the easiest fight. Did somebody DC?
No, I think they were all dead. And if everybody dies, LB3 gauge goes kaput.
Yeah, if
Oh,
all
I
8
actually didn't
people,
know that.
yeah,
They changed that because people were cheesing stupid mechanics and ultimates.
You know what's funny? I was just in a lemonade run that had literally the same kind of enrage. Shit
That's all right.
happens.
I mean, it happens.
Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
You
This
guys
is this
go
is why
again.
it's very, very
What
important that the
happened?
tanks in your alliances catch when their healer goes down, and as soon as that happens, you sack for it. Nah. Don't give me this Veriz jinxed it. I didn't jinx it. That's all right. There'll be plenty more runs. I'll have to get my redemption on Queen in another run. Sad
So
face.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow? I work tomorrow. Unfortunately, I can't do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, correct? Should be other runs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tomorrow's Friday.
Well, today technically on the East Coast is already Friday, but yeah.
Are there any runs scheduled for today? I don't even look.
No
I think
Friday
Knackle's
runs?
doing one in the morning.
What is this?
It's like noon, 12:30 noonish Eastern time, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Good run though, guys. I'm out of here. Have a good night.
Thanks for
Have a
coming,
good
everyone.
one.
Alright, I will see you guys later. If you want to watch the stream of it, I had it up.
Yeah, I caught the tail end of it. Is it possible to watch after the fact?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
most people have it set to automatically VOD it, so
Okay, awesome. I would love to, if anybody, like, I mean, I know you'll probably want to take a little break, but, and maybe not tonight, but because it is a little late, but I would love to just go through that video and watch and see, because, like, I would love to